Exodus chapter 20, verse 3, it says here, "You shall have no other gods before me." At a time when people are so confused of whom to worship, and sometimes they worship their own selves, their own intellect, their own ideas, God said, "Thou shalt have no other gods before me." In verse 4, it continues to say here, "You shall not make for yourself a carved image, any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. You shall not bow down to them nor serve them. For I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, to the third and fourth generations of those who hate me, but showing mercy to those who love me and keep my commandments." At a time when people are bowing to real idols, to graven images, God declared, and it's still relevant for us today, "Thou shalt not bow down to any graven image." In verse 7, it continues to say here, friends, "You shall not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless who takes his name in vain." At a time when people are so careless, they use the name of the Lord Jesus in vain. God said, "Do not take my name in vain." In verse 8 it says here, "Remember." Now this is the positive command right now in the book of Exodus, the commands of God. "Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all your work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord your God. In it thou shalt not do any work, you, nor your son, nor your daughter, nor your male servant, nor your female servant, nor your cattle, nor your stranger who is within your gates. For in 6 days, the Lord made the heavens, the earth, the sea, and all that is in them. And he rested on the Sabbath day. Therefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and keep it holy." Friends, at a time when people are so restless and stress-filled, anxious, depressed, despair, discouraged, God said in a positive note, "Remember that I have a day, the seventh-day Sabbath, just for you." In verse 12 it says here, "Honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long in the land that the Lord your God has given you." At a time when parents are being subjected to so many questions of authority from their children, God said to the children, "Honor your parents." God would like us to be respectful and obedient to those who brought us here on this world. In verse 13 it says, "You shall not murder." In verse 14, "You shall not commit adultery." In verse 15, "You shall not steal." Verse 16, "You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor." Verse 17, "You shall not covet your neighbor's house. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife, nor his male servant, nor his female servant, nor his ox, nor his donkey, nor anything that is your neighbor's."